welcome back to Gundam Builders NYC. We are so excited. We apologize for the lack of episodes.
They're gonna come in a mad rush.
Yes, you're actually gonna have a bunch of episodes coming at you right after this one.
It's gonna be like a. Not gonna talk about that.
Not now.
No.
And that deserves a toast, sir.
Yeah, it's another day.
By the way, I'm Kevin today.
And I'm Steven.
Steven even.
Steven even. Kevin Smith.
Yeah, guys. I love Kevin Smith. I love Kevin Smith. I'm actually. If people used to ask me like, why did you like Clerks so much? Because I feel like I'm the love child of all four characters.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it's like I have the vulgarity of Jay, the body and intelligence of Bob, the logic of Randall, and honesty and sensibility of Dante.
All right.
So it's like I kind of like form all four of them together, and it's like
You suck 36 dicks. Sorry.
So, Brian, this is going out to you, by the way. I actually know Brian O'Hare.
Oh yeah, O'Halloran. Yeah. I think yeah.
Yeah. He I got into a car accident. I had my head busted open. He was like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine, dude." Like he's mad chill.
Like,
Yeah, like it's a little salty.
He's mad fanboy with the split head.
Yeah. Well, I'm a dumbass. I actually took a picture of the hole.
Of course.
Yeah. So.
I always take pictures of my wounds and post them online.
I know, like
as any American would.
So, on this episode, we actually have a lot to talk about. I actually did a kit recently that was very hard to find. It was one of the very exclusive kits to find. It's over 20 years old, and I didn't like the color. And now that I'm a little bit more advanced, I actually changed the color up a little bit more. So I made it look a little bit more vibrant, but I am still an amateur toward others.
He's a little bit of a novice painter. He's got a good start.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have Brian over here because he's actually better with painting and all that jazz. Critique my work. We're also gonna talk about the difference between the model kit and store bought. Now, what I mean by that is. Yeah, like exactly what Brian just put in front of me.
This is Robot Spirits Damashi, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. The Robot Spirits line by Bandai. The action figure set.
It's actually garbage. I built this was actually one of my first kits way back when I first started getting to Gundam because I loved his 6 wings and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get this. And I bought the 144 model, and this was before high grade. Like this was way back when.
Gotcha,
there was like
so like in the 90s, right?
Yeah,
okay.
There was like no grade, and detail was horrendous. The stickers were atrocious.
Everybody knows never stickers, folks. Never. Stickers.
Oh my god, no. Well, some of the new stickers are a little bit better, like the water decal.
And I got some sneaky stuff in it too.
Yeah, but it's like these were like bad, like 25 cents candy bad, like.
Got you. Like baseball cards and stuff, right? You need to get like sticker gum and something else with like some Marvel cards or something.
Yeah,
I miss those Marvel cards.
I do too. I have the whole collection.
I only have like maybe 40 or 50.
No, I have the X-Men, the first series of X-Men. I have the one that series 2 that Jim Lee did. I mean, not Jim Lee. Mark Bagley did.
Right.
So I have Jim Lee, Mark Bagley. I was thinking about getting the first season, the first series, which was the 91, and the third one, but I didn't like the fourth one. The fourth one was the one that had like it was a portrait with each 9 characters.
Right.
The third one was an entire galaxy. So when you put them all together,
they all made the thing, right?
Yeah.
I think most of the ones I have are from the third series.
Yeah, so they were all like had this galaxy back. There was a line like this, but they all
was like some shit with like Galactus or whatever.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
It was a really interesting, and I love the ideas that they did back then. But this is the days of like baseball cards and comic book cards, things like that, which I still have, and I'm teaching other people. Like I have people asking me mad questions about the movies. You know, like Logan, X-Men, the the Avengers, and all these movies. They look at me like
Poor Man, Spider-Man, Deadpool.
Yeah, they look at me like I'm like a fucking comic book Wikipedia. I'm like, listen.
He's a fanboy.
I know I'm a fanboy, but to a certain degree, I'm not like
You're a fan man.
There you go, fan man. Vocabulary word of today, fan man.
Hashtag fan man.
So, but yeah, so that was the thing, and like I had one of my coworkers, and he was like, "So who's this? What's this? What's this was about?" This. And I came to work with a binder with all the cards. I was like, read. He was like,
seriously.
He was going through each one. He was like, "Oh wow!" And he was like, "I was like, yeah." It tells you their height. It tells you their weight, their intelligence.
Stats, you got all sorts of crazy stuff with that shit, right?
I miss those days, though. I really do. I miss those those like calm days where like no rent, no bills, no.
Oh man, yeah. When like you were just waiting for the next episode of the X-Men animated.
Man.
Oh, so good.
Until like the fourth season.
And then like, well.
That's when they started going into that weird art.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
There's plenty of holes in those seasons. Seriously. Yeah. And,
But I have to say, though, out of some of the other X-Men cartoons, like, that's one of the top one. The next one would be X-Men Evolution.
Oh, I don't know if I saw any of that.
The X-Men Evolution is when they're teenagers. It actually...
Is that like the New Mutants at all?
Yeah, it was kind of like the New Mutants.
Okay.
But
I love Sienkiewicz and his artwork, and he did all the original like New Mutants back in '90s.
Right.
So.
Well, these were like they were redrawn. Wolverine's now a professor. Storm's a professor. It was some craziness going on, and it was like Mystique was the principal to their school.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting thing, and like I love what they did with Magneto. One of my all-time favorite characters of all time will always be Apocalypse.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's
ageless.
Yeah, but that's my boy though. Like I even have it on my Facebook. I don't know if you've ever seen. It actually says "In Salvador." I actually want that as a tattoo somewhere, like Egyptian. Like that's how dedicated I am to Apocalypse. Like when they did Apocalypse in the '90s animated. The lines he said, I was just the things that came out of this man's mouth. I was just like, my God. I mean, I read the comics, and I still have most of the comics, and I've read and like the writers and the people who lined this man, and then the dude that they picked to play his voice, godly. Like it was almost like Unicorn, like Orson Welles to Unicorn. It was like that. It was like, sorry, that was me geeking to like the nth degree. Just you see that? Yeah.
Or derivation.
Okay.
So we're talking about robot spirits.
But yeah, going back to this, it's a pretty kit. The detail is actually really done well.
Yes, that's well done.
But it's very dull. Like it's very dull, oldie sensitive, very flimsy. Just not up to the par of you actually building a kit. It wasn't. It didn't hold the candle to like one that you would build. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So
yeah, I can see. I mean, there are the assemblies are fairly strong. It seems like I'm obviously being nice so I don't break it. As I know these things can be broken somewhat easily. The articulation seems interesting. All the joints are supposed to go a certain way.
I just don't. There was this. I think the gold on it looks great.
No, yeah, the gold is good.
Like the gold, the paint job was amazing. But as a kit,
is it all painted? Yeah, this is all painted piece.
Yeah.
So somebody had to put this together, like.
Yeah.
Which is only the drawback, in my opinion, of when he talked about figurized figures or like these ones here, the robot spirits. Figurized is fine because you're assembling it. It's in a model kit that you assemble. totally different. But you're assembling an action figure like a Gundam, but not as intricate or as
And you can't put your own flares into them.
Right.
Like you guys seen the other ones that I did. I did the first version to this one, the 1/100 version. And I'm a big fan of metallic. So it was very shiny, very bright. It was very vibrant, the colors that I had for it. And again, this bothers me because I see the possibility of vibrance.
Dual joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be so much more, right? Does it offer? Okay, so it offers a peg hole, so you can put it on a HG stand or a regular action base. Huh. Yeah. I could see what.
It's alright.
Pretend I didn't have it. I can see why it's a side skirt. That's what they're meant to do. They're meant to fall off. That's why they put side skirts on kits, so they can fall off. I could see why a person would want to pick this up. I guess if you if you can't, or if you don't have the confidence within your modeling ability to take the parts apart and assemble and model and do the things, to do the things that we do.
It's not a bad kit. I just versus this is a kit that I actually
the actual
did.
and this is this kit, right?
Yeah,
this is
that's
96.
Yeah.
I was 17. Yeah. Like looking at the Zaku's in the store being like, I can't ever buy those because I'm only 17.
Yeah, so this is a kit that's over 20 years. And the paint job that I did...
Thanks, Jay.
The paint
This
job...
guy.
The paint job that I did on it brought out the colors because the colors had a very dull blue.
He said it was like a matte, like a
Yeah, it was
gray.
very...
Yeah.
But in the anime, it was very... he was dark and he was... I want to say navy blue like this, but it was... he was a dark blue.
Right.
A midnight blue. And I love the fact that he transforms. It's called a hermit crab, but there's another name for it. And because he has two claws that come out, like his brother.
Okay. I'll let you.
So his two claws actually come out from the side, from his actual back.
Oh.
And they actually come out into a clamp.
Ah, look at that.
So yeah, I mean it's, and as you see, I actually painted everything on this thing.
Yeah.
So everything is detailed, beyond detailed. I used I got this masking tape from China, which it's actually millimeters thin.
Oh, cool.
So there's different thickness.
Yeah. They sell. Yeah. Is it the yellow stuff? Or
Yeah.
Is it Michiban or is
something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They make a really good. They make really good. Tape.
So that actually helped out a lot with the detailing, which, again, guys, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate the fact that you guys sent it with speedy delivery. They actually sent it with
excellent.
This was a kit that I've always wanted to build though. He was one of those funky kits that you always wanted to build.
Right. Like my Din and Zong F91. Right.
But this is definitely one of those weird ones that just escaped the mainstream media type of thing. And his kit was so obscure that this one built is still $80. So I found this in Jersey. I found this one on eBay in Jersey.
Oh, on eBay.
And
cool.
they were
eBay's great, guys. You can find a lot of cool stuff. If you're in America and you're trying to find a rare kit like this, or like I was talking about the Din Zan before, or whatever. I ordered one from Japan. It never came. I had to back out of the transaction. I ordered one from America. It was here in 5 days. So.
I actually had I don't have nothing against Amazon or
yeah, I don't either. But they're
like,
they're trying to offer a service, but it doesn't always connect, right?
No.
Yeah.
I had bought a kit from Newegg.
Okay.
Again from this series because I officially bought the entire series.
Yes, collecto.
Like I explained last episode,
which you haven't seen yet, but you
Yes.
will see. Maybe you've seen it now, but it's in the future. We're in the future.
If you guys don't know what that is, that's awesome. Ludicrous speed.
We just need to.
If I had a green screen behind me, I would have so done that all day.
When is that? Now. When's now?
We just want to be with you. I can't even think straight right now.
I see your Schwartz is bigger than mine.
I'm your brother's cousin's uncle's something roommate. So what does that make me? Absolutely nothing.
I'm a log. Half man, half dog. I'm the best of both worlds.
Oh man, I miss you, John Candy. You guys, you were. Oh, you know, I actually met Prince Vespa, the dude that she was supposed to marry.
Wait, Valerian?
Yeah, I met him. He was in a show in the '80s called Too Close for Comfort, and he was actually the first person on national TV to come out of the closet on national TV.
Oh wow!
And I was working in Starbucks in Florida, and his character's name was Monroe, and I'm serving coffee, and I'm like, and all of a sudden it was a gay pride parade that day, and like there was mad transvestites, cross-dressers.
Yeah, madness, yeah.
And
Awesome
this dude,
madness.
and this dude comes up in front of me, and it's just like, Monroe? I was like, he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, my New York level went. I went, hey, what the you doing? like I went hard on him. I was like, but he had a ball. He was apparently the, what do you call it? The person that they honor.
Oh wow!
So he was that, and he was a great guy. And
cool,
dude. I will find your name because I know you're awesome, and I give you mad respect for everything that you've done.
We're very unscripted.
Yeah. So, but going back to this, like, again, this was a very obscure kit. From this one and that one, as a matter of fact, that's why I had to buy.
I had to get the spirits. Right?
I had to get the spirit one because that one was another hard one to find. The chest breaker one was never in the 100 model. Only the first version was.
Like an old kit, right?
Yeah, and they never came out with the chest breaker one with his chest opens up like that.
Didn't have the gimmick.
Okay. No. He came in later in the series and they just like
didn't have the care.
No.
Interesting. So talking about your kit, your paint job is pretty good. I see that you're masking quite a bit, which is good. The masking is tight. You're using all spray, right? Rattle cans. So all your coats are rattle, which is tough to get clean lines like this on. You need to incorporate brush painting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did
That'll
a
help
little
you a
brush
lot.
from here.
Yeah, little
here,
bits and pieces, but a little bit of time, they're gonna tighten up. They look pretty good, but I can see where you're nervous about what you're doing.
Okay.
And that just comes with time, And you're painting, so when you painted those by brush, you painted that from a decanted spray?
No, I actually have like a little Mr.
So you have like a little, okay, cool. So you have like a little enamel.
And I put a tape around it.
What kind of brush are you using?
The fine brush, ultra fine brush that I bought from here actually.
Okay, I don't know what brush that is. I use a bunch of crazy brushes.
It's a really, really like small brush, and actually,
cool.
I bought it here, and it actually helps out with a little fine detailing. But I was trying. I don't know why it just didn't came out not as glossy as I wanted it to come out.
No, that is the thing with that is that a lot of times when you do a paint that comes out of a jar, even if it's supposed to be a glossy paint, you'll need the top coat to get to be glossy.
Mother flower. Okay.
So you can do that, like I mentioned, I think the last episode, or I was talking, not on the episode, but after the fact, with the Pledge Floor Magic.
Okay.
You're gonna have a bunch of that, and it's cheap. $7.99 for a bottle that's like this big.
Really?
Yeah, it lasts you for the rest of your life. It's acrylic too, so you can clean up with water and so.
That's great.
Yeah.
My biggest problem is like I do the panel lining, and I have the drip one.
Okay, so use the drip marker.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
There was a dude that was on YouTube that showed it to me, and he was like, do it this way, and you just see the lines like just filling in, and I was like, oh, it's Tron,
Right.
So, but it's still.
Was it Lincoln?
I think
Paint on plastic with Lincoln, right?
I know
Lincoln's. I'm friends with Lincoln. He's good.
Yeah.
Well, like loose, but he's a great guy. Love that guy. Mm-hmm.
but I always have that blotch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and when I try to take off the blotchiness,
You get the rest of it, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So you need to clear coat before you line. Gloss coat. Yeah, so gloss coat before you do an enamel lining or panel lining like that. I do even with my acrylics. I always gloss coat like 3 times.
Okay.
Or like top coat, whether it be matte or whatever, just to make sure that there's a resist between the paint layer and the paint and the lining layer. Because that line, if you rub that off, man, I made mistakes with my Zaku where I didn't really do much, and then I had to do a lot of.
I've been going like this, like fingerprinting,
Mm-hmm.
and
You have gloves?
no, I don't do gloves.
You should
Yeah,
gloves.
that's why I paint all of my nails and
Yeah,
everything.
I mean I'm green from copper, but you
Yeah.
should definitely get gloves.
Yeah, because all my kids, I can never get away with a crime because my fingerprint is like, like I am so.
They said there was a Gundam left at the scene of the crime.
Really, he's right there. All my kids have at least my thumbprint in them somewhere on here.
It's your maker's mark.
Yeah, it's like, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny though, but that's my biggest flaw, and I hate that. I hate when I see my fingerprint there, but I actually ended up keeping it because it's as you said, it's like my trademark.
Yeah,
It's,
your maker's mark.
Yeah.
Not like the booze, but
Yeah.
it's called and put your sign on.
But overall, how do you grade my kit though?
How do I grade your kit? What do you mean grade it?
Like, you know how we do the contests and things like that?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is what we're trying to do, so we can actually be better. See, like right here, this was not part. I actually did that separately.
Oh, so you added that in.
Yeah.
And that's just a mask.
No, that was actually paint
And
straight.
no, but you masked and you painted that in, but
Yeah.
you didn't add it. You should have added it actually.
What do you mean,
You
actually?
should have scrub line to separate the 2 panels.
Oh,
Right?
shiznits.
That'd be like next level. So that's
Yeah.
cool because it looks good. But at the same time, you could make it a little bit more next level by adding even just a fine line, like that little scriber that I got that we featured on the show. Like that would add just a little bit more pop between the 2 phases, or between the 2 surface faces, and you get like a weird little shadow thing. So when you have the lighting, like the mad lighting where it's like here and here and there and there, like think of it a little bit. It's nice.
Huh. Okay.
I would grade this at, because your paint is tight, but it's loose a little bit, right?
Okay.
I mean, tight and loose. How do I say that, right? It's tight because
That's what she said.
It's
See,
like-
I can take constructive criticism.
That's how you do it. But yeah, like we were talking, you need like you're a little bit loose, but it's good. I would go high 2s.
What do you mean high 2s? Okay, like a high from 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10.
Well, I mean, with the shop's grading.
Oh yeah, it's 5, so it's like a high 2. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not out of 5, is it? That was out of 3.
We'll just go with 3.
It was
Okay, I
good.
got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. No, it was good. It gets like a solid B plus A minus.
Okay.
Yeah, for grading. That's all I graded. There's a couple things. I mean, no offense, you oversanded your nub here a little bit, and it's not symmetrical. If you had made it symmetrical, it'd be a different story. Now I'm trying to get like GBWC on your ass or anything.
No, that's exactly what I want you to
Right.
do.
I would have painted your fence.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it's easy.
Which
It's a
I
little
was
brushy, right?
which
You
I
could
was
have
thinking
done,
about that.
right? Well, that's why you don't turn into kid. I like these out here. I would have liked to seen the screw in all of those.
Okay.
So that's another thing where you could have added that in with the etch and then like mix it up a little bit with like varying degrees of angle to make it look more realistic, and then obviously panel line the inside of that so that it pops more.
Actually, that's a piece. That's a different piece.
That doesn't matter
Okay.
because you can still, after it's assembled and it's painted, and then line that inside.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like the same thing I was doing with the washes
Okay.
on like the Buster, right? So like all of those things there, after it's totally assembled and after everything was like glued together and all that, like then I add the washes and the detail, like the panel lining and all that jazz. That's like the last end of things.
Okay.
And I can see you had some issues when you touched up here. Right?
Yeah. And,
You should have left it and painted it silver, so it looked like a scratch. Instead of trying to go and mask it, give it that weather.
See, See, that's my next venture. I actually want to try to do weathering, and I
Yeah.
want to learn from you a little bit more. From
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna come over and hang out. We're gonna
Yeah.
cook some good food, and we're gonna have a couple good drinks, and we're gonna figure it out.
I'll definitely make my stuffed meatballs.
Awesome.
Yeah, I make meatballs with provolone and mozzarella.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife. You know, my wife's Italian, right?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, she's well, she's a quarter Italian, but it's a really powerful quarter Italian.
I'm Puerto Rican. I swear I was born in the wrong family. Like I don't eat rice and beans as much as I should. Like I'm not a fan. Yeah, you see, like my friends love coming to my house and they're like, "Look at this food," and I'm like, "I got pizza."
I'm the doughboy.
Yeah, like I can make like I can't make white rice, but I can make pizza from scratch.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So-
it's because you're American. It's not your fault.
Yeah, but it's like it's supposed to be in my genes to make like like at least white rice. I make rice pudding.
It's easy. Oh no.
Yeah,
that,
that shit goes up.
Good work though. It's a beautiful little kit.
Well,
there's a few little things that I would have liked to see, like these. I would have liked to see these painted. You
I was thinking about
the
that.
mono eye's pretty tight, but again, it's a little bit loose.
I was actually thinking about painting the vents like gray.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, you can totally paint those up gray or copper, like a copper color
Okay.
versus that blue. Be poppy, like real popping.
Well, you know what? When we do a fusion show, when we do a show in
Which
here,
we're gonna do, yeah.
I probably would bring this one so that way we can touch it up and we
Beautiful, and we're like tie back.
Yeah.
I love that. It's cool.
so we can tie back to this episode. That way,
Yeah.
we can show the difference of levels and be better. Because again, this is a show about how to be better.
Yeah, and it's a community show too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put him away actually.
Them.
Them.
Over here.
Okay. Please don't mind this. This was actually an exclusive from GameStop, and
Got a toy.
yeah, it's a new toy. It's the San Diego Comic Con Black Dark Phoenix. I had to get this. This was actually really sexy on how they really designed it, and I'm not that big into statues. You know,
Right.
I love Gundams and everything, but I'm not a statue person.
I got you.
But for me to actually be like, listen, I want this. It's very unique, and they
It's
did
beautiful.
yeah the articulate that they did on her was just off the chain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sculpt on is really really clean. Even the factory paint is nice. You could go in and add detail to it if you wanted to.
Well, actually, I'm gonna put her next to my Demon Batman, the Kai art Demon Batman.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna look like a DC Marvel love scene. Yeah, I'm
But you're
freaking-
pulling it out of the box, right?
Huh?
You're pulling it out of the box.
Oh, yeah,
right?
I can't-
Cool.
I
So
can't-
no trying to resell it or
No,
whatever.
no,
Like
no,
that's not what it's about. It's about the love of the
Yeah,
character and the greatness.
And I'm not that big of a Dark Phoenix fan. Like
Right.
I can't stand Jean Grey, but I loved her as a Dark Phoenix and like Goblin Queen when she was like that dominatrix.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely.
I always liked like 80s punk Storm with the mohawk.
I actually made her Soul Calibur. People like
Cool.
so. That's that. We were actually there was a couple of kits that we were supposed to talk about earlier because they were brand new, off the chart, and for pre-order. And one of the main ones was the China guy.
And when I originally was trying to talk about this on the episode that will never air, I didn't know what China guy was because I'm dumb. And it's cool. It's kind of like a Fumina style figure.
Yeah.
Right? Is it Build Fighter? Yeah, it's a Build Fighter.
It's a Build Fighter.
Right. And after I saw it, it's actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I was originally like, what the fuck? But like, it's a kind of a combo of the bear guy and like a Super Fumina or something. But it's not Fumina. Who is that? I don't know. Do you know what
It's just this China guy, and you know what? Let me tell you something.
Because I've
Like-
seen the Build Fighter series. Like,
This kit, like these kits are coming out like wildfire, and I love the design. I love what they've done with it. I really do love, you know, that it actually looks like what we were doing before. The whole
oh right.
Lord help me.
Yeah, exactly.
I can actually see this as a black bear.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool too. Well, that's kind of like a little maid action too. She's got like the apron and all that jazz too. That's kind of cool.
But apparently this is like the big thing over there right now because it's like the female.
Well, they've been selling those, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this was a pre-order back like about a month ago.
Yeah,
off of Bandai's website. I was actually on Bandai's website. I'm actually on it like every day, trying to find out what's coming out.
He's on it right now.
No, seriously, my phone is actually like saved on it. Like as soon as you open up the Safari, like it goes.
Shit, you not.
Yeah, so like I'm like when it comes down to the show, I'm really serious about like trying to keep you guys up to date with what's coming out, what's new, what's this, what's that. We definitely, after we talk about the kids, we're going to talk about the unveiling. Oh my God! Like Becky, look at her butt. Like
I'm Steven now.
Oh no, you're Steven now. He had another one with us, Becky.
I'm even Steven.
So, but yeah, this is.
So did you watch the new Build Fighters episode?
Not yet. I haven't been able to watch them. I'm actually. What I do is I show binge. So I wait for
we were talking about
I wait for the series to finish, and then I'll watch the entire series.
Right.
I just have a habit. I can't wait till the next week.
You know what, I'm like a glutton for content. So I'll watch the episode, and then when the next one comes out, I'll watch this episode, and then that episode. And then when the next one comes out, I'll watch this episode, that episode, and then that episode again. And then I become this like all-seeing brainiac for gunpla knowledge, and everyone hates when I talk to them.
Well, that's pretty much what I turned into with Marvel.
Yeah. But I want to say that in the new episode for this, there's a cool thing with the bear guy. A really great scene. I say it's a really cool.
You know what? Well,
have you seen it?
Excuse me. I'm actually gonna watch that because I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna watch the older episodes first.
Wait, all of it?
Yeah,
or,
I
like,
watch,
and then Try, and then Island Wars, and then okay.
So I'm gonna watch everything back to back to catch up because that way it gives them time to finish off the season.
Right.
See, like I even do this with Game of Thrones too. Like
that was great. The last episode.
Yeah, don't tell me because I actually
really?
I really don't. I don't watch anything. I don't watch anything until the last episode, and then when the last episode comes out, I watch the entire series.
Nice.
And I show binge like the Defenders. Folks, if you didn't see the Defenders, for the love of God, watch that.
I haven't watched any of that stuff. I haven't watched Jessica Jones. I've listened to many spoiler casts for Jessica Jones and Daredevil. I know that. It's not. Is it Iron? Not Iron Fist.
Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones.
Luke Cage is hot. Luke Cage is dope. I was such a fan of Luke Cage as a kid, in like the 80s.
Yeah.
Man, that was like I wanted to be Luke Cage.
Well, what they did with him in the show, and I love the cast. The cast was an all straight. I mean, powerhouse black cast. Like it wasn't. These are veteran actors, that's been around for like 50 years, doing some great things in the show. Then you have Daredevil with both seasons. If you didn't watch the first season, the second season had Punisher.
Right. Yeah, and the Punisher's the guy from The Walking Dead.
Which
he's great. Yeah,
he did
really good. Not to discount like the other the regular Punisher movies that came out past Dolph Lundgren Punisher movies. But
well, the James was
I can't.
What's his name
offhand, but
yeah, he did a great job. I liked his Punisher.
I even like the Dirty Laundry short that he did with Ron Perlman, which Ron Perlman paid for almost all of that. It's such a good little short.
But that movie was great. Don't get me wrong, the Dolph Lundgren movie, it's a cult classic.
It has its place, yeah. It has its place in 90s lore. Like, it's in there in my head and like my heart.
You have to see it at least once in your lifetime.
Yeah, suffer.
Just see him standing there naked.
Definitely has like a 5B rating. You gotta have at least 5 beers.
Yeah.
Unless you're a kid, then you have ginger beers.
Ginger ale.
Same thing.
What do you call it? Then you had the War something, the one with Jigsaw.
War Journal?
Yeah, the one, the second movie that came out because that's Thomas Jane. There you go. That was his name.
Right, exactly. He was great. He was in like Dreamcatcher. And he's been in The Mist. Stephen King's The Mist, the movie.
Oh, that was a great movie that he did.
That's a good movie.
But he doesn't want to do violence anymore. That's why he stopped. That's why he stopped doing movies.
I respect that.
But what he did in the Punisher in the movies was great.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he would have done the second part. It would have made it better, but they didn't.
Yeah, that is what it is.
The show that they're doing now is going to be off. They already started showing previews.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, yeah, the new Punisher, like from the Netflix series. I'm up on that.
Applause to Netflix.
Thank you. Thank you.
Seriously, because what you guys done.
Was it Iron Fist with the terrible white guy that didn't want to train and sucked? Sorry, guys, that's garbage.
He actually, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give him about a 7.
Oh yeah,
like
that's high ratings from what I've heard. I've avoided it at all
because
costs.
I used to read the Iron Fist comics because that was the first appearance of Sabretooth.
Right.
Sabretooth came. My first comic book of Iron Fist was the first appearance of Sabretooth.
Oh, okay.
Which I still have at home.
I'd be like buying the Hulk with the Wolverine. And
right.
Yeah, with the claws.
So I kind of read his comic books and I kind of understand where he was going with that.
Mm-hmm.
And they played it off really well. I mean, he was kind of a little stiff, and the whole like Asian girl and oh my girl, my all-time favorite girl. I love this woman. I've had a crush on her since like the fucking 80s. Like seriously, Rosario Dawson.
Oh.
Yeah, like I love that woman. That woman does things to me like you wouldn't believe. But she played in every series so far in the Netflix series.
Oh, okay.
So she's been a part of almost every series.
Oh, cool. So they're keeping with the continuity.
Yeah.
That's nice.
She's actually a very well placed character in the series, and I hope she goes far with it.
I'm sure. Well, she's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but yeah. I remember her from Kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I mean, I've seen her since like way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, I've been a fan of Rosario Dawson since.
Let's move on a little bit.
Yeah, so let's go on to other things because we're not. This is not Marvel.
I got this one I want to talk about. This Mark II Gundam samurai theming. It has, instead of the V fin, it has these amazing bull horns, which is a super crazy awesome samurai trope. And it has all of these amazing like details and stylization. I thought this was a really great kit.
You know what he reminds me of? Ronin Warriors.
Oh right, yeah, it has a little bit of that Ronin Warriors in there. I didn't even think about that. I just was thinking like from all of the like old films that I watched.
But he so reminds me of Ronin, the blue one, the one with the arrow.
Right. Yeah. Well, but it has like the redesigned stylization for the skirt armor, and then the leg armor and the foot armor, as well as the shoulder
Which looks
armor.
very detailed.
It is very well detailed, and I wonder how the gold looks inside the kit. I wonder how the gold looks. I bet it looks really nice.
Yeah, we can't touch it yet, though.
No, we can't touch it yet. New in at the hobby shop. Come down, check it out, buy it, or
pre-order
buy another one.
The Wing Zero, I
know the high res. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, the other one,
the new one,
metal one.
Yeah,
I got the high res. I ordered the high res. I'm fine with the high res. This is the freaking biggest SD Gundam kit I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen a kit like this for the.
It's huge.
That's what she said.
No, and it's amazing. She also said that.
Oh yeah, but
no, she
this
she laughed in my face, and then we had fun.
But I love the fact that they actually really put detail down to the foot, like all the footing and everything.
In regards to like an SD kit, because SD kits kind of get that rap where they're not like super detailed. They actually are very detailed for the kit. They're just not overtly complicated. You don't get like the Astray Red that has 47 veneers for a calf muscle or a lower leg portion. Thanks, Bandai.
Does he turn into a dragon? Is that
dragon in the sword?
No, he turns into this. Actually, he has other forms.
Where's my Google Translate? It says that it's 160 millimeters tall, which is pretty big for an SD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just built the Strike. Yeah, the Strike SD from 2015, and that one was about the same size as the Physalis that I had, but it had a different size head and different structure. Where like the Physalis had more body and no legs, it just had like little feet stuck to the skirt. This one actually had like was more like a shrunk down figure.
This would actually, like, I'm listening to you, but this would actually really be great with the LED.
Oh, dude, right, popping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just and then yeah, if you did like a detail, if you did like a metal etch part or something like that, or if you could find one or make one, I guess you could make one.
This would be really pretty. This would be great for a more experienced builder with like.
Right, but if you want like something that's a little bit less stressful to build, right?
That's true too.
Yeah.
If you just want to have fun with it, but this is, I would give this to a more experienced like builder. Like,
Absolutely.
to actually put
Yeah, it wouldn't be like a first kit you would pick up, but
it would be one of those kits that I would give to my boy Mike. Mike, you know, all these other people that we interviewed on other shows and had them like put like LEDs in it because the eyes would pop out a lot more. The gem, I guess you would say, in the forehead of all the Gundams will come out a little bit more.
Yeah, is it like a clear effect part? It looks like it.
Yeah, but I don't think it is a clear effect.
It's probably just a sticker or something, but you could make it a clear effect part. Just as a good tag, like a little bit of runner. I like that it has a lot of motion. You see the ankle, the detailed, the gimmick on the ankle, and then like all the gimmicks within the wings themselves and the boosters and the shoulders. And it has this interesting little stand for all of the extra armor to sit on for the two forms that we're talking about. Which
I'm telling you, this is so far going to be the kit. I would rank this one up in like at least a top 8 with a nice kit gift to somebody.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's Christmas time, you know, we're almost around Christmas time.
It's kind of coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, like I start shopping for my wife, like about late next month. I'm going to start shopping because I like to, you know, hey, we all got to pay bills, folks.
Yeah.
And the earlier you start shopping for your loved ones, the better off you are in the end. And you're not stressing when you're trying to eat food and all you got is ramen, or you get the nuclear ramen. I have the Samyang, gentlemen and ladies. I'm gonna torture my friend next to me and potentially my friend who is sitting over here off screen with some nuclear edition, 2 times the hot, not 3 times the hot, but 2 times the hot because I'm caring and generous.
I'm a lightweight, so I think as soon as it touches my tongue, I'm gonna be like,
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be on TV, folks.
It burns.
Oh, you're gonna love it. I wanted to mention this. If you come down to your Ryong
Hobby Shop
thank you.
on 5th Avenue.
On 5th Avenue, down in Sunset Park, you take the R train, the L train down right over here. It's
B9.
like a block away. Be on the B9 bus.
B9 63.
There you go. Easy to get to. But if you come down, and you buy a kit, you get the opportunity to win some cool stuff.
Yeah,
you buy a kit, you can win. It says here, if you enter this contest, you can win. On the base level, it's limited Gunpla base, which is different stylization and different mode for posing your character.
This was the one that you were talking about, the one that
No, that one comes with the Marseille.
Really?
Yeah, so this is one that is different, but it's integrated to other ones. So,
nice.
Right, that's hype, right? Second tier is the limited petite guy, which is a chrome petite guy, which is one of the little bear guys, which is awesome, and then some Gundam markers.
And then the third one, the A one, is the limited Unicorn Gundam and tool set, the 144 HG 144 Unicorn set
with a polarized coating frame, so it's the pearl frame.
Oh, that's
because you like your metal, right?
Yeah,
and then you get a cool Gundam with nippers, tweezers. Looks like a little.
That's the starter kit that I have.
Yeah, and that's little double-sided file. Is that what that is? A little file? Cool, that's great. And then the grand prize, which is a chance to win a free trip to frickin' Japan, folks.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Why not? Why would you not want that?
I've been around for a while.
Why would we want to go to Japan?
I've been around for a while, and I haven't seen any shop have done this yet.
Neither have I.
I would really suggest you guys start coming down here. Buy some kit. He just restocked on all his RGs.
Dude, and I posted that on I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, I just posted a couple of shots of the beautiful selection of HG kits that just entered the shop as of yesterday.
Yeah, he's really been up and about with the kits. There's been more of the military kits of like the.
Oh, I love the tanks, all the planes. I love he's got the figurized the little figures as well of the Tamiyas, and then this little Suzuki katana. Oh man, yeah. Come down. Check
Dude,
it out.
there's so many things here.
And if you go to Japan, whether or not you win this magical prize,
Actually, you know what? If you go to Japan, we'll actually give you a camera so that way you can actually videotape and actually be our correspondent in Japan and be part of the show.
Oh. You definitely get a chance to go and see.
Oh, what we really got to talk about.
That's what I've been hinting. It's like it's just bouncing off of him.
He's like poking the bear, like poke. Yeah, no, that's actually I was asleep. So yes, totally excited. I know we showed you the pictures the last 2 weeks and everything. They're almost done.
Just about.
They're almost done. The unveiling is going to happen soon. The second the second they do the unveiling, we're going to show you the video of them unveiling the Unicorn 1-1 statue. And it's going to have the battle mode to it. So it's going to be like
destroy mode, yeah.
Destroy mode. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And they got rid of the nubs. They actually, I think somebody in Japan heard our jokes over here, and they got rid of the nubs.
That was nonsensical.
Yeah. Well, somebody heard it because they got the first thing they said. We got rid of nubs. I was like, the frag is going on here? I'm reading through the page. I'm like,
everybody's worried about nubs.
So they fixed everything. This thing's gonna have over 100,000 LEDs.
Right? Yeah, it's gonna be blinging.
Yeah, it's gonna make the Grandpa Gundam look like a dyed-out battery. Like the brightness of this one is just gonna, and the transformation is just gonna blow people away. I can't wait. I really can't.
Agreed.
So
agreed. One more thing before we go. If you can see my shirt, if you know what my shirt is, and you tell us in the comments, the first person, doesn't matter who, first come, first serve, the first person that comments as to what my shirt is, not just where it's from, but what it is of. If you can see it, zoom in on your TV or whatever, your little phone or your blah, blah, blah. I will buy you from the supply here. I will buy you and ship to you at my cost one can of paint. Whether it be a Mr. Color or a Tamiya paint, I will happily buy that for you. So guys, check it out.
you know what? Make it, but I'll send. You guys pick 2 colors, and we'll both send one you want.
There you go. Just look on the website. In the order, say where, like, notes for the order. Do you have that on yours? Right? Okay. So yeah, say in the notes. And we'll correlate it. We'll make it right. I got you. We got you. Because we love you guys.
Exactly. We appreciate all the comments. We appreciate your patience. Folks, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We're going to be back on the air very soon, and you're going to get bombarded with videos.
Large and in charge.
Yes, and we've actually been going a little bit more extended than 30 minutes because there's just so much information that we had to do in such a little bit of time.
And we're talkers.
Yeah, and
I got it from my grandma.
I have fun with this guy. This guy's actually so, but not like that.
It got weird for a second.
So, but folks, we will. Oh, one last thing.
Yeah.
We will not be here for next Friday's show.
Oh, right. It won't be Friday.
Right. Unfortunately, we all have things to do. I'm going to be working. Chris is going to be working. You're going to be working.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to extend it to the 3rd, to September 3rd, on Sunday, because we're going to actually be filming on live,
yeah.
the go-kart show, the go-kart contest.
The 4x.
Yeah.
Yeah, the race.
So we're going to be at the races.
Attorney?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So we'll talk about Gundams, talk about cars, talk about anime. We have to talk about the new Voltron in the next episode because if you haven't seen the Voltron, this last season has been unbelievable.
I haven't seen the Voltron.
Oh my lord, it has been that good. What they did with Lotor. Anyway, folks, see you guys on Sunday. Peace out. Thanks, guys.